Okay, so we're diving deep today into a pretty intense story
Yeah.
from Eco Nightmares. You guys shared this one on YouTube, and
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
it's a doozy. It's about this city that's always on, never sleeps,
Right.
powered by, what everyone thought was unlimited energy.
The endless energy
And then, boom, everything just stops.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, like a light switch, just,
It's interesting, though. They say at first it was just like small things.
yeah, just little blackouts here and there.
Nothing major, right?
Oh, that's weird, but,
Yeah, you just kind of dismiss it.
easy to ignore when everything's humming along.
Totally. And that's what I think is so scary about this story, like how easily those early warning signs can just be brushed aside.
It makes you wonder what we're missing in our own world. Like, what are we ignoring right now?
Exactly.
And the story doesn't pull any punches. It shows how fast things go downhill.
Yeah.
It's not just the lights going out.
No.
Gas prices explode. Commutes are impossible. Imagine that.
Wow.
You can't even get to work.
It really shows you how dependent we are on things we take for granted.
Totally, like how fragile our systems really are.
Yeah, just one thing goes wrong and the whole thing can unravel.
And of course, then winter hits.
Oh, yeah, the big chill.
The story describes it as this, monster just waiting to pounce
Yeah.
on this city that's now completely powerless.
No heat.
People are burning whatever they can find just to stay warm.
Desperate times.
Furniture, trash, anything.
It makes you think how quickly we could lose those basic comforts.
Yeah, like heat and light, we just assume they'll always be there.
Right. And then what happens to society when they're gone?
Yeah, what are our breaking points?
Big questions.
But it gets worse. The air becomes toxic.
Right. With no power for waste disposal or heating.
People start burning anything they can get their hands on.
Yeah, coal, plastic, even their own clothes.
Imagine the smell.
Awful.
The sky is gray. The air is thick with smoke. Breathing is like swallowing ash.
It's a nightmare scenario.
And then, of course, the health crisis hits.
Hospitals overwhelmed, people struggling to breathe.
Especially the vulnerable, the elderly children.
Or no medicine, no ambulances.
The healthcare system just collapses.
It's a domino effect.
And then on top of everything else, the oil refineries start exploding.
Oh, man.
These huge structures now just ticking time bombs.
It's almost ironic, right?
Yeah, the source of their energy, now their biggest threat.
And it's not just the explosions, it's the pollution.
Right. More toxins released into the air and water.
Adding insult to injury.
The story describes this thick black smoke like a funeral pyre.
Chilling imagery.
And then water becomes scarce too.
Oh, wow. So it's like a double whammy.
Yeah. The dams fail. The rivers are polluted with industrial waste.
No clean water, no clean air.
It's the perfect storm. The two most basic necessities for life just gone.
And of course, then comes the food shortages.
People fighting over scraps, a complete breakdown of order.
It's survival of the fittest at that point.
And then there's this moment in the story that just hits you in the gut.
Yeah.
This little boy asks his brother, "Did we do this?" Just a simple question, but so powerful.
It's like the weight of realization hitting them.
Yeah, and it makes you think, did we do this? Are we doing this to our own world?
It's a question we all need to ask ourselves.
But here's where the story takes a turn.
Okay.
It starts to show how people adapt and rebuild.
A glimmer of hope.
Yeah, it's not all doom and gloom.
That's good to hear.
They start making solar panels from scraps, building wind turbines out of old metal, even get a hydropower plant back up and running.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's amazing what people can do when they have to.
Right. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Exactly. And they were so reliant on fossil fuels before this shift seemed impossible.
But they had no choice.
They had to find a new way.
And it worked.
Yeah, they figured it out.
So what happened with the solar panels?
Well, they put them on all the abandoned buildings.
Smart.
The story emphasizes how they provide constant energy as long as the sun is shining.
And no fuel, no pollution.
And it creates this decentralized power grid, which makes it much more resilient.
Right. One point of failure can't bring the whole system down.
Exactly.
So what about the wind turbines?
They built those in the hills using salvaged parts.
Using what they could find.
Yeah, and those provide energy day and night, even when the sun isn't out.
Oh, wow. So they have a pretty reliable system now.
Yeah, and again, no fuel needed, and the air starts to clear up.
That's going to be a huge relief.
The story describes the sky turning blue again, the air smelling clean.
It's like a symbol of healing.
Yeah, a fresh start.
And the hydropower plant.
That provided a steady source of energy day in and day out.
So they've got solar, wind, and hydro.
A good mix.
Yeah, that's a recipe for success.
And the hydropower plant allowed them to get the water pumps and wells working again.
So they have clean water again.
Exactly, for homes, schools, hospitals.
It's all connected.
And with water flowing again, the farms could start producing food.
So they've solved the food crisis too.
It's a complete turnaround.
Amazing.
The story then talks about the bigger picture lessons they learned. Like, well, they achieved freedom from fossil fuels. No more fighting over oil.
No more price hikes.
And no more dependence on foreign energy sources.
True energy independence.
It's a total shift in power.
From corporations to the people.
Exactly.
That's a pretty radical idea.
But it works.
And it's not just a fantasy.
Right. The story points out that some countries are already doing this, achieving 100% renewable energy.
Yeah, for periods of time at least.
And solar and wind are becoming more and more affordable.
So it's not just a pipe dream.
No.
It's happening.
But what about the challenges the story highlighted?
Like the extreme weather and fragile infrastructure.
Are we seeing that in the real world?
We are seeing more heat waves, wildfires, rising sea levels, power grids failing.
It's like the story is coming true.
In a way it is.
So what can we do?
That's the big question. The Eco Nightmares story presents this choice. Stay in the dark or choose a future powered by renewable energy.
Light or darkness.
It's a powerful message.
Will we make the right choice?
Hopefully we will.
But it's up to us. We have to start making changes now.
Small steps.
Exactly. Things like being more mindful of our energy use at home.
Supporting sustainable businesses.
Talking to our friends and family about renewable energy.
Spreading the word.
And pushing for policies that support a clean energy transition.
Making our voices heard.
It all makes a difference.
It does.
The Eco Nightmare story is a wake-up call.
A reminder that we have the power to change course.
Before it's too late.
Before we lose our world.
They lost their world in the story.
Let's make sure that doesn't happen to us.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
Stay curious.